Alright, so what is good, y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. So thinking back, it has been a very long time since we've received a new typing in the Pokemon series. We received Fairy typing in 6th gen, which was almost a decade ago now. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, I feel like it's been a long enough of a time for us to receive a new typing. Fairy typing alone changed the game entirely. A whole new typing really threw the balancing for a loop. Obviously, there were plenty of people that were not okay with that. In some cases, it felt really overpowered and really annoying to deal with. And okay, yeah, sure, that may be one fair way to look at things. However, and this is just me speaking from my own perspective, I think it was more than necessary. Pokemon fans will always continue to complain about things being too stale and too boring. And a lot of the time they'll say that gimmicks just aren't what they're looking for when they're asking for change. Okay, so what do you do about that then? In my personal opinion, I think that tripping us up a little bit and throwing us off our feet with a brand new typing to really mix things up some more would be a very good start. A couple of videos ago, we talked about how regional forms can give Pokemon a new lease on life because it gives them the opportunity to become stronger and more useful. In this situation, I think that this new possible typing could definitely help with Pokemon that have needed something for a very long time. And also, like I just said, it's been damn near a decade since we've gotten Fairy typing, so we've already gotten used to it. So now more than ever, I think it's about time we get something that helps mix up the formula from the inside a little bit. And yeah, I know we're getting an open world Pokemon game, something that we've never really gotten before besides Legends Arceus, but that's not what I'm talking about. Shut up for a second and listen to me. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute about the possibilities of typings that we could possibly see if we were to get a new one going into this next generation. So kick back, relax, and let's talk for a hot second about some of the new typings that we could possibly see going into Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So to start things off here, I kind of want to talk about one of the typings that I see around the most frequently that may have an actual chance of making it into the mainline series someday. It's so obvious right now that I'm going to give you about 2 seconds to guess what that typing is before I say it right now. Sound typing. The possibility of this typing becoming a real thing has been a topic forever, so much so to the point where fan games actually have the typing implemented into their games. Of the typings that have been discussed for the last couple of years now, I think that this one has the most potential and is the most realistic. Considering the fact that it's one of the 5 primary senses, I don't understand why it's not a thing by now, actually. And it's weird because there's so many moves in Pokemon that could absolutely utilize that typing. I don't know about you guys, but personally, every time I think about the possibility of sound typing, the first Pokemon that comes to mind is the Whismur line. Loudred and Exploud specifically are literally all about screaming or loud noises. It's in the name, Loudred. Exploud! It's so obvious and it's just sitting there. I don't see why not. And then there's the more forgotten about Pokemon like Chatot, for example, that could definitely use a new typing to revitalize some life. And don't even get me started on some of the moves that could absolutely utilize that typing change. Boom Burst, Chatter, Echoed Voice, Growl, Howl, Hyper Voice, Metal Sound. Are you kidding me? There are so many sound-based moves in the game already that, given the actual proper type change, they could be really useful to us. I don't know, just personally, I don't really feel like the normal typing really covers the sound-based Pokemon like it probably should. And then there's Pokemon like Toxicity, which is kind of a mixed bag because the typing that it does have is already perfect. However, I feel like it would be really neat to have some kind of signature move based on like a guitar or a bass, cause you know, its whole thing is playing on its body like an electric guitar. That's a sound thing. Yeah, it's an electric thing, sure, but it's also a sound thing. Call me crazy, but I just think that it makes sense. So I guess when it comes to the possibility of this typing, we already have a good general idea of the Pokemon that could really utilize this typing to its fullest potential. So I really do hope we come to see this one eventually. If not this upcoming generation, then down the line, because honestly, I'm shocked that we don't have it yet. Now this next one is something that I didn't really think about until I read about it recently. However, I do think that it would be really interesting. Plasma typing. And no, I'm not talking about the plasma that comes from your body, hold up. Now, I don't want to get too much into the technical bits of this because I'm no science major and I don't 100% understand how plasma works. However, I'm sure that there are plenty of you that do, and you can, by all means, gladly correct me if I say something stupid. I like to think as plasma as a possibility only because it's considered the fourth state of matter. We have the obvious big three, which is solids, liquids, and gas, and then there's plasma. You could change a solid from a liquid to a gas, and a gas into plasma, per se. Now again, I don't know all the technicalities of this, however, in a fantasy setting like Pokemon, it could be used for something way more interesting. As far as the type of Pokemon that could utilize this typing, do not ask me, and do not ask me the type matchups either, because again, I don't really understand the technicalities of where plasma lies when it comes to the states of matter. And I don't want to risk sounding stupider than I already do, so I'm gonna leave that one to your guys' imagination. Just putting it out there that I would love to see something new, and if plasma were that new thing, I think they could get really creative with how they utilize it. Moving along here, another typing that I've seen around the block a couple of times at this point is the possibility of light typing. Now, I've had mixed feelings about this one because when I think light typing, I immediately just think the opposite of dark typing, which isn't really all that impressive. But then I thought more into it, and because I'm a weeb, I came to the conclusion that in this situation, light typing would work a lot like anime, where they would get this like godlike heavenly light type situation. You know what I'm saying? Just something absolutely ridiculous that I think in theory could possibly work, especially if we were to utilize exactly how light works in science. Like how it can create fire and evaporate water and bounce right off of anything reflective. And you know, the most obvious thing, how it lights up the darkness. So to put it bluntly, thinking about it from a scientific standpoint, it could actually work really well in the type matchups. I think that is something worth playing around with, and I could actually see it kind of working, weirdly enough. Now, the last typing that I've seen around that I could kind of see maybe working going into this next generation, but also kind of a stretch, is cosmic typing. You think cosmic and you immediately think, oh, like the cosmos, space, up in the upper realms, yada yada. Yeah, sure, why not? But here's the problem. I feel like cosmic typing would only work with a select few Pokemon, and most of those Pokemon are legendaries and mythicals. And I feel like that might just be because of the name Cosmic. It sounds so strong, you know? Like, I think Cosmic typing and I immediately think Rayquaza or Deoxys or something like that. And I think that it's fine as an idea, but I think that we should probably dumb down the idea of the typing in the name just so that we could be reasonable for the lower tier Pokemon like Solrock and Lunatone and stuff like that. Like, for example, what if we just called it space typing? Then we could cook up some really interesting typings and moves for certain Pokemon that look like they come from space, like Minior. We could also come up with some really creative moves like Star Blast or Black Hole or something nuts like that. Now, theoretically, this could all still work with the Cosmic title, but I feel like dumbing it down makes it more universally accessible for a lot of these other Pokemon as opposed to calling it Cosmic. Cosmic just sounds so epic. Too epic. However, I'm starting to think that you guys get the gist by now. Cosmic typing, space typing, I would love to see something very fitting for the space-like Pokemon. All in all, this is something that I would love to see going into Generation 9 so that we could finally get some revitalized Pokemon like the ones that I just mentioned, because none of those have been touched in the last couple of years, and I think that's pretty upsetting. All in all, I want a new typing, and if there's any time to add one, it would really be this generation or the next one, Generation 10. The big double digits. That would be nuts. It looks like we're already making some really big moves with Pokemon, making it open world and things like that, so I say why not just absolutely let loose, go crazy, and throw in something that mixes up the formula even more. But I think for now I'm gonna take my foot off the gas because we're already getting a lot, so let's just hope that that's already in working order as is. So that just about does it for this one. I am gonna ramble just a little bit because I didn't do so at the beginning of the video, but I feel like I should explain myself a little bit. I did actually end up taking this previous week off just to really consider some more possible content, as well as the fact that we ran through pretty much everything Scarlet and Violet related that we know about and that could possibly happen within this last month. We went through pretty much everything. But I am going to have a little bit more time on my hands next week, so I'm definitely going to try and get you guys as much content as possible. However, I may need a little bit of assistance from y'all. This upcoming week, I'm gonna dedicate just a little bit more time than usual to actually finishing the Pokemon Legends Arceus review, because believe it or not, that's still mostly in progress. I just halted on it heavy this month because I did not think that we were gonna get Generation 9 this soon. It just seemed so out there, and yet it was not, so here we are. Anyway, gonna be finishing the review. I'm getting that out as soon as possible, because now that we've talked about mostly everything, I don't see why not. So, after the review is out, that's where I'm gonna need a little bit of assistance from y'all. What do you guys want to happen next here? We have absolutely no idea when the next tidbit of news for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out, and if we are following the same track record as Pokemon Legends and the remakes, it's probably not gonna be for a very long time. So, in the midst of waiting, what are some things that you guys would like to see on the channel? Whether it be some kind of playthroughs, or some kind of narrated playthroughs, or maybe some other topics we can discuss, like the anime or something like that. I'm game for whatever at this point. And hey, if there's anything regarding the previous two games or the upcoming Scarlet and Violet that we haven't discussed yet, by all means, tell me about it, and we could definitely talk about it in the next upcoming weeks. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Sprinkle in whatever ideas you got in the comment section of this video. I will be checking back very often, so let me know. Let loose. Maybe some reviews of other games too. I still have yet to finish Pokemon Conquest, so maybe we could do something with that, I don't know. But for the meantime, we're just gonna play around a little bit and see what we come up with. How does that sound? And in the midst of things, I may also be just sprinkling in some ideas that I've had. Like I said, I really wanted to try that narrated playthrough situation, because that sounds like a lot of fun. So we'll see how that plays out, but let me know what you guys think regardless. But besides that, that just about wraps it up for today's video. Yo, what are you doing? Are you dumpster diving? Why? The mic? No! It's in my hand. What are you doing? Get out of there. Come here. Come take the mic. And tell me what you guys think about the typing situation. Do you feel like we need a new one? Do you think it's too soon to add a new one in Generation 9? Would you like to have a new one at all, if ever? Let me know everything you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always down there with you guys, without a doubt. But with that, I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this if you haven't already. But with that, I'm gone. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!